going to do today proportions and similar triangles. There are specific rules about these proportions that we need to go over. Okay, so the first rule is if you have a triangle where inside the triangle you have two parallel lines, then the sides are proportional to each other. So 6 over 8 has to equal 5 over x. Now this is only if these sides are parallel. But then again, it's just my cross multiplying that we've been doing for this whole time. We get 6x equals 40. Divide both sides by 6. X equals 6 2/3. And you can leave it as a decimal as well. It is. Okay? Let's look at B, because B is slightly different. Again, I've got those parallel lines, but I don't have a number here. Okay? So, I am going to look at 20 over x equals the whole thing, so I'll have to add 20 and 25 together, over 50. Okay? So again, I'm going to take 20 and I'm going to put it over the whole side. 20 plus 25 gives me 45. Equals h to g, x, over the whole thing, 50. Okay? So that's just set up a little bit differently because I don't have what d to h is. So now I'm going to cross multiply. I get 1,000 equals 45x. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 45. And I get 22 and 5/9. Again, you can change that to a decimal if you'd like. Okay. So 45 divided, 1,000 divided by 45 is 22 and 5/9. 5 over 9, yep. Okay, C. Do you guys want to try C on your own?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try it on your own. Let me specify what I think you should do, because it's a little bit complicated. Why don't you guys find y first? How about I do half of it and you do the other half? We'll find y and then you guys find x?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to do like y over 11 equals 23 over 7 plus 11, which is 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I get y times 18 is 18y. 23 times 11 is 253. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 18, and I get y equals 14.05. Ms. Murphy speaking. Okay. Nobody else can do it since I have an IEP today. Okay, if you can't, call me back. Okay, thank you. Bye. All right. So I get 14.05. Okay. You guys set up a proportion to find x. Please set up a proportion, just like we did, and cross multiply it to find x. I want you guys to try it on your own right now.
So we basically just did
Try it. Try it. My students that just came in, if you have your homework from yesterday, I would love to see it. And make sure you pick up these sheets of paper. That's great. Thank you. You're done, EJ. Okay, I'm going to gonna give you about 1 more minute. Try to solve this problem. Thank you. All right, we ready? So we should have x over 7 equals 23 over 18. So we should get 18x equals 161. And then 161 divided by 18 gives us 8.94 approximately. Everybody feel okay about that?
Actually, I have a question.
Yes.
So when you have x over 7,
Yes.
I thought you the last one you did 20 over 45.
Yes.
So wouldn't you do like 20x over 23?
No, because see how x is just this little part right here? Just between m and n? So I just want it to be over 7, L and Q. And then I've got the 23 over here, which is the whole thing. And that's why I want to do this part over 18. So I want to do the little part over the little part, and then the big part over the big part. Yeah? We'll practice. We'll keep practicing. Okay. Now, A, B, and C for this next section, I'm trying to prove that these two lines are parallel. The only way for them to be parallel is if their sides are proportional, if their parts of their sides are proportional. So is 3 over 4 the same as 3.75 over 5? All I do for these is I put them in my calculator. 3 over 4 is 0.75. And then 3.75 divided by 5 in my calculator is 0.75. So if that is true, I can say yes, BC is parallel to DE. Okay? So let's try this B together, and then you'll try C on your own. Okay? So let's try B. So I'm going to say 7 over 2, is it proportional to 8 over 3? Well, if I put 7 divided by 2, if you can't tell just from the fraction, 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. 8 divided by 3 is 2 2/3. So these are not equal. So no, not parallel. Okay? Why don't you guys try C? You ready? Okay. Okay. Good? Alright, so we did 6 over 9 equals 4 over 6. They both give me 2/3. So, or 0.666 repeating. So this is yes, DE is parallel to BC.
Why is it GE instead of BE and AC?
Why is it what?
GE and BC instead of AB and AC?
Because look at AB and AC. Do those look like they're parallel to each other? They meet at a point. Okay? Also in the directions, it says prove that these two are parallel. So both those things should help you with knowing that it's DC and BC.
So it doesn't matter which side comes first.
Alright, let's turn it over. Okay, these are situated a little bit differently, but we're still going to try to figure out which side is what x equals. Luckily, I give you the letters right here, so you just have to fill them in with the number or letter that goes with it. B to C. Now let's look at B to C. B to C is just this length right here. I have that the whole length is 10 and that C to D is x. So what would BC be? 10 minus x. And D to C is x. And then A to C is 8. And E to C is 4. Okay? Now we're going to cross multiply. 8 times x is 8x. And then we get 4 times 10 minus x, which gives me 40 minus 4x. Now I'm going to add 4 to both sides. And I'm going to get 12x equals 40. Now I'm going to divide by 12. And I get x equals 3 1/3. How are we feeling? So-so?
So basically it's telling you like the numbers to like
All right, why don't you guys try B? Remember, plug it in. It tells you right here what A to B is, what B to C is. Okay, I'm giving you exactly 1 more minute. Try it. Don't just sit there. If you feel pretty confident, go ahead and do C. Okay, so I'm going to get 2 over 5 equals x over 8, which gives me what, guys? What do I do now? Now that I've plugged the numbers in, I cross multiply, and what does that give me? 16 equals 5x. Good. And then what do I do? And then what do I do? What does x equal? 3.2. Good. All right. Let's do C. I know some people tried it. So what should we set it up as? BG is going to be what? CD is going to be? AB is going to be? And what is AC going to be? 12. Good, because they have to be the same on both sides. So, 7 times 12 gives me 84. And 21 times x gives me 21x. And then what do I do, guys? So x equals 4. Okay. Let's move down to D. It's the same thing. Okay, I'm going to do D and you guys do E. CD is 3. AB is x. AB is x. EF is 27. Now I cross multiply. 3 times 27 is 81. X times x is what again? X squared. I still have some people making it 2x. That's a common mistake. Just be careful. Square root both sides. And x is going to equal. It could be plus or minus 9. In the case of measurement, it doesn't really make sense for it to be negative 9. It's not positive 9. Okay? You guys try E. At least set it up. Okay. What do we get, guys? AB is 9. What's AD? Equals what's AD? What's DC? 9 times 1 is? X times x is x. So what do I do now? X equals plus or minus 3, but in this case doesn't make sense for it to be anything but 3. Okay? All right, let's look at the homework, make sure we understand it. Okay, let's try number 1. Just because there's one more piece that I want to add to this that you're going to have to do for your homework. So let's try number 1. So what we're doing is we're going to see that they are, if they are similar to each other or not. Similar. And this little squiggle right here means similar. Now, if they were similar, don't write this part down. If they were similar, if UTS, you have the little squiggle for similar, congruent to UED, okay? Don't write this down because they're not similar, but that's how you will do it for each of these triangles if they are, okay? That's the back and the front and the back, okay? And 11 through 14, it's telling you already they're similar, and it's saying to find the little question mark side. Okay? You can make that question mark X. Yes, get up.
For number 2, there's 3 numbers.
You can make them, see if they're all proportional to each other.
All of them?
Yep.
All of them?
There's only 3. So like 84 over 14, does that equal 72 over 12? Does that equal 48 over 8? It's only 3. Okay. You have the rest of the hour to work on